pyrotechnics, like Michael Jackson or Usher or something. It's incredible. You look at the figures. At least I know I'm free. And I'm next to you. Today. I love this land. So struggling. Build the suspense. We're building the suspense. Back to me.
I did everything right again. And they're indicting me again. Folks, welcome to another very special episode of the Donald J. Trump Podcast, episode 42. And we took off week. We were in Florida, the great state of Florida. Back home, right? Because it's my new home. I grew up in New York. It was so beautiful. It was a diamond, a shining diamond. But things have gotten so bad, and they indicted me. And so I moved down to Florida. But I spent summers in Bedminster, my beautiful golf course estate in Bedminster, New Jersey, a state which was destroyed by Chris Christie, but they're coming back slowly. But if you look at what he did to it, it was a horror. But I want to welcome you all back. It's great to be back. We were down there for Turning Point. We had tremendous speeches. You'll see clips. We also visited Valuetainment, Patrick, Bet David. I made joke to him. I said, Patrick, Bet, well, you'll see. I don't want to ruin it. But please click like. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And subscribe so strongly. I tell people when you subscribe, you need to click the notification bell. So that way you're notified, because the haters and losers, the radical left Marxists in the DOJ, the sick people, these are sick people. These are people who want to burn down our country. They hate our country. They don't like our country. And they certainly don't want you watching this show, getting the message out, and taking back our country, because that's what we're doing on this show. We're taking back our country. We're taking back our podcast. You look at podcast, we have numbers like people have never seen. They come to me, they say, how do we get, little podcasters, people with small, tiny, how do you do it? How do you get these numbers? And I say, well, I always get ratings and I always get crowds. So just follow the formula, right? Read Art of the Deal, read Winners Aren't Losers, right? Best book ever, link below. Look at the, you could call it illustration, you can call it whatever you want, but it's terrific. Winners aren't losers, they're winners like me, and a loser's a loser. Which one will you be? Well, I think you're going to be a winner, and that's why you're going to click like and subscribe and buy that book, and also purchase a Patriot cigar. You got to get a Patriot cigar, link below. If you love your country, you'll smoke it. And you'll get 15% off. Can you imagine that? Talk about a deal. 15% off. Look, it's rolling around. It's got a mind of its own. 15% off using promo code DJTPod. But we got a lot to show you. We got a lot to talk about this week. We had a great week. We started out in New York. We were meeting with the Mango RX people. As you know, we signed a tremendous endorsement deal with the Mango people. We'll put link below. You look, we can call it, it's not erectile dysfunction, it's erectile function. Because you take it and you're erectile, it functions, and it functions like Trump. Like Trump. It's make America hard again, and that's what we're doing, and not just penises. Really, we're talking about attitude. We're making people hard again, right? Because a lot of people out there are soft, they're nerds, like the sanctimonious. I'm Ron the Sanctimonious. He's sinking like quicksand or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people say Southern Florida's sinking. If you look at it, it's sort of a metaphor, and I love Florida, and we're going to raise Florida. We're going to raise it like people tried to raise the Titanic. They couldn't do it. We're going to raise Florida, but they say currently it's sinking, so write a letter to your governor who is letting Florida sink into the ocean, into an abyss. And really it's a plan of the radical left. If you look at it, they'll blame climate change, but really it's the radical left Democrats who are manipulating the weather. Some people, anti-Semitic people, blame the Jews for the weather. It's not the Jews, it's the Marxists and radical leftists in the Department of Justice, the people persecuting me. You look, indictment. I mean, look, if you look at the indictments at this point, it's sort of like you know the term jump the shark. I think Indicting Me has sort of jumped the shark, right? It's like Friends. It started off, you had Rachel, you had Ross, and there was tension there with Rachel and Ross, and it built, and then they got together, and it's like, now what? Then they set up Rachel with Joey, and it's like, what are we doing? We jumped the shark. Friends should have ended at season 7. It went to 10 seasons, and then you're bored. You're like, oh, okay, Joey said something dumb again. Joey, how you doing? How many times is how you doing gonna keep its, pizzazz, its pop? You want to be excited. You want to be, people used to gather around the television. What's gonna happen with Rachel and Ross and Phoebe and Monica and Chandler? We can't forget about Chandler. He had a serious opioid addiction, serious drug problem, sort of like Hunter Biden. I think they actually looked at Hunter to play Chandler at first, but it was down to last audition, and Matthew Perry, I believe his name is. Matthew Perry, he slung it out, and the rest is history. But I think Indicting Me has jumped the shark. We're now on indictment number 3 coming up soon, and pretty soon it'll be indictment 4, indictment 10, indictment 12, indictment 30, indictment 35, indictment 52. It was exciting, indictment 1. It gave me a boost. Everybody, it was energizing. But now it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, indictment. Okay, cool. But we had a great week. We had a tremendous week. We started in New York, like I said, and I bumped into Fran Lebowitz, the very famous culture critic, artist, whatever you want to call her. She was cool back in the day, hanging out with, what's the guy with the bowl haircut who painted Campbell's Soup? You know who I'm talking about. But she was hanging around cool people, doing cool things, and now she's bitter, old. If you look at her Wikipedia page, it says she can't have personal relationships, she can't get along with people. And she's miserable. So I want to show you my little encounter with Fran Lebowitz. And my hair's going to look a little different, but that's because I was just left the hairdresser, okay? So take a look. This is my encounter with Fran Lebowitz. Take a look.
Well, we're here with Fran. Big fan. Unbelievable. She doesn't like the impression. She's walking away. There she is. Fran. She's not a fan. She doesn't like Trump, but that's okay. Unbelievable.
And you see it. I mean, Fran, there's nothing else to say. I think Fran, and I don't have anything against Fran because I have a lot of love in my heart. Because I have a great relationship with God, and God says to love. But Fran, I don't know what she believes, if she believes anything, but you can see hatred, you could see blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever, but not a fan, Lebowitz, but that's okay. We're going to pray. Let's take a moment of silence to pray. Please, God, please help Fran before it's too late. I don't know how much time she has left. She looks a little aged. We might be around the same age. I happen to look a lot younger, but let's pray for Fran, okay? That she gets it together before she meets Jesus at the pearly gates, right? But, and then I bumped into Fan. I bumped into a fan of mine. I was looking for Mastro's Steakhouse. I said, where the hell is Mastro's? And I see a guy happens to be an African-American. And I said, do you know the way to Mastro's? Because if I was racist, like they say, I wouldn't have asked the African-American, but I asked the African-American, and he said, I'm a huge fan of yours. Take a look. And once again, my hair is a little different because I just left the hairdresser, okay? Great hairdresser. And I get along with the hairdresser. You look at he happens to be an LGBTQAI plus. Okay, I get along with these people. The sanctimonious say here he might be gay himself. He probably is. We think he is. We don't know, but he looks. Is he a meatball? I don't know. Is he gay? I don't know. All I know is that he's short. I can tell you that. He's not tall. Okay, and his weight fluctuates. You could call it a yo-yo dieter. Yo-yo dieter. You see him, he's thin. Then you see him, he's big. It's like, get it together. Get it together or leave it alone. If you don't need my loving, I'll be gone. It's a great song, I believe, by the Jacksons. You look at that, but take a look. My encounter with Big Fan.
I asked this man for directions. He's like, wait a minute, I'm a big fan of yours.
That's right. And then he gave me the handshake. He pulled me in. Look, that's a strong guy. Strong guy. Straight out of Central Casting.
Right. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We're taking a picture now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Man.
What's your name?
Omar.
Omar. Great to meet you. I got an uncle named Omar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good one, brother.
Thank you for what you do.
Take care. My pleasure. Amen.
Tremendous relationship with the African Americans, as you can see, and I know my voice sounded a little different too. That's because I left the voice doctor. I just left the voice doctor. We did some adjustments. You got to stay healthy, and they said you have the best voice ever, but we do things. So look, And then another fan of the show sent in a clip of his little boy who also happens to be African-American, mixed, you can call it whatever. But he was doing impression of me, and I love when people do impressions of me. I bring up Scoop, Jason, great kid, great guy, great man. He's not a kid, he's a man, grown man. And, but this kid is, I think, a future Jason Scoop. Take a look, great talent, tremendous talent, unbelievable talent.
We do so well with the African Americans. I did everything right, and they indicted me. Unbelievable.
Well, there you have it. Such a talent. And really, the children know. The children know better than anyone. They know what's up because they don't have the filter, the hatred of adulthood and all the trying to be cool and fit in. They're crawling around watching the news, perhaps Fox went way down, but they look at it and they say, wow, he did everything right, and they indicted him. And it's so true, and he knows it so truly, so bigly, and so strongly. But I want to show you, so then I went down to Florida. We went down to Florida. Interesting place, Florida. I lived in New York my whole life. I was eating at a diner, and the woman comes up to me, the waitress. She's wearing a Halloween shirt. We're in July, mind you. Okay, July. She has a pumpkin and a witch and a broomstick, and she looks like a witch herself, which is okay if you want to choose a witch lifestyle. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want. But I go to the bathroom. I come back. She's taking my food away. I'm like, sweetheart, I barely ate. I haven't even paid the bill, and why are you taking my food? But that's, there's good parts of Florida, like West Palm Beach, filled with billionaires and winners and beautiful women. I mean, beautiful women, which you're going to see some of those later. I mean, the most gorgeous women in the world, and opulence and gold and winning and diamonds and people who know what's up. And then you got other places like, Fort Lauderdale at this New York diner. We call it New York diner. The food didn't taste very New York, that I could tell you. But they're taking my food, and that's okay. I like West Palm Beach. I like when I go down to stick to West Palm Beach, because when you leave West Palm Beach, you get into different territory, okay? I don't want to say anything too demeaning, but it's just very interesting. So take a look at my encounter with another real winner. And, in this clip, I call him rich, but, he's only worth $200 million. I don't really consider that rich. But take a look. Patrick Bet-David, great encounter. And the guy recognized my talent. He looked at me and he said, "You're amazing." And I said, "You're amazing, Pat." And then we sort of just lost in each other's eyes for a minute. And then we got along so well with the team. You look at Vincent, you look at Kelly, the beautiful Kelly. I mean, all the women there are beautiful and talented and hardworking and determined. I mean, these people, PBD developed such an incredible crew. It's almost unbelievable. I was telling Vincent, it's like whoever does the hiring here, they're unbelievable. But take a look, me and Patrick Bet-David.
I want you to introduce you to Donald Trump. Donald.
Oh, you got
Where is he? There he is. Come here, Pat.
How you doing?
Unbelievable. The only guy taller than me. Great guy. We've got Patrick Bet-David, and I've been watching him, and I've been watching you. I mean, you look at the numbers. They're through the roof. You're doing tremendous things on the internet, really all over the place.
So I have one question for you.
Sure.
Will you be going on the Joe Rogan podcast? Are you guys talking? I know you
Well,
guys
I
had a
talked
good
to
moment.
Joe. I talked
Yeah.
to Joe, and if you read the lips, I said, I gotta come on your show. And Joe said, okay. But we'll see. Am I going to go on your show? That's the question. That's the real question. The people want, and look at that crowd. Look at that crowd, Patrick Bet-David. When I first heard Patrick Bet-David, I was a little scared because I said 3 names. Everybody with 3 names, historically, if you look at it, assassinates. John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald. I said Patrick Bet-David. I don't want to be shot by PBD. But then we looked at him and I said, wow, great guy. And he's doing tremendous things, and he's rich like me. And he's doing very well. Look at this guy, terrific. Look at that.
Great to meet you.
Unbelievable. He's strong. He's straight out of Central Casting. Look at that. Come here. That's the PBD dance. Look at that. Come on, Patrick. Do a little. You got it, Patrick. For 3 seconds.
Natural.
Give me 2 seconds.
How you doing?
There we go. There we go. Oh, we got a little hit. Unbelievable. Look at that crowd.
Well, there you have it. Patrick was very impressed with yours truly, and I was impressed with him, and we made joke. I said, Patrick, don't assassinate me, but he would never assassinate. He's got too much, he's a winner, he's got strength, he's got stamina. We call it, he knows what's up, right? He knows what's up. And very mutual, great. And what he said about Rogan, Rogan's coming out here, okay? That I can tell you. Just stay tuned for that, okay? And if you don't think it's possible, and we're talking real talk, well, let's break the fourth wall. Rogan might just come out here. Things are going very well lately. We're very thankful to God and thankful to everything. But things are going very, very well. And I did a little debate for the Valuetainment crew. I'll show you a little clip. It was a lot of fun. We were there with the crazy Luna, the activist. Take a look. We call it Debate Spirited, but I think I won bigly if you look at the numbers, but take a look.
Mr. President, who is a greater enemy to the United States of America, Russia or China?
Trump is the greatest enemy to the American people.
You look at the tariffs. You look at what we did. You look at the virus. The virus. Where did it come from? It didn't come from Russia.
The virus is your fault, Donald Trump.
It wasn't the Russia virus. It was the China virus.
You are the ones that let it into
from.
the country. You caused 250,000 people to die while you were president.
Perhaps we should have sent her to China, right? That? We shut down travel. I said, let's put her on a plane and bring her to China, just like the Bushes did with the Bin Ladens. But they sent them away. I said, send her away.
Well, there you have it, and all the polls are saying that I won that debate so strongly. You look at that woman, such a nasty person. But Kelly, the moderator, we kid, there was some joking around, but she's just exquisite, right? We love Kelly, and we love her very strongly. And we'll play one more clip from debate, and then we'll move on. But it was a great time. We love the Valuetainment crew, that I can tell you. Take a look.
Mix Luna, you just mentioned about how Make America Great Again is a racist, not appropriate term for our country.
Cry, yes,
how do you feel about the American flag?
I think the American flag is very offensive. It is basically represents a country that's been white supremacist, and it shouldn't belong in our classrooms. Children shouldn't have to do a weird pledge to it. And whenever I hear the Pledge of Allegiance, I always just turn around and throw a fist like this.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. We love our flag. She does the I hug the flag. Look at me hugging the flag.
Yeah. We've seen that one before.
Yeah,
I love you,
it's his
flag.
monkey trick.
That's
I
a
love
photo
you
op.
flag so strongly.
That's a
I
photo
love
op.
you.
trick.
That's a
Yes.
that's just to show that I can
Donald
do that
Trump
too.
right there.
We love
There you
that
go,
flag.
Trump.
Okay, looks like
There's the flag
And
there.
he's talking about gays. He looks like he's masturbating to gay people, not to be. But
Let's stay professional.
Well, there you have it. I love our country. I love the flag. I was hugging the flag. I've done a lot of things to the flag, things that you can't even show on television. But I love that flag so much. I've had a lot of alone time with the flag. Just me and the flag. No Melania, just me and flag. Melania, beautiful wife, beautiful wife. But speaking of beautiful wife, in the world you can have a beautiful wife, but then there's beautiful women all over the place, and a lot of them love me. Okay, because they love what I've done for our country. They love a lot of things about me. I'm a very lovable guy. I have great looks, great hair, great skin. And I met a beautiful woman. You could call her Latina. You can call her whatever you want, but Ray Yang, and she's a beautiful person. And I met her at Univision, right? Univision. Remember years ago I was beefing with Telemundo, but we love Univision, and we do so well with the Hispanics. I want to show you this. She was quite a fan of mine, and she had a husband filming. It was a little awkward because she was she really liked me a lot, but take a look.
Well, we're here at Univision. Great network. A lot better than Telemundo, you'll remember. A few years back, I had some issues with Telemundo. We're here with a beautiful Latina, right? Latina. We love the Hispanics. We do so well. A lot of love coming from this one, that I can tell you. And her husband is filming. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. We love it. Look at that crowd. Terrific. Wow. Whoa. You're going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me in trouble. Don't sue me in 30 years. Don't sue me in 30 years, okay? I love you. Look at that. There we go. Locker room talk.
Stunningly gorgeous, absolutely exquisite. Total smoke show, but a little awkward. I have to dodge a lot of kisses these days. A lot of women, they dart at me like, oh my God, like a terrorist trying to smash into a building. I gotta dip, dodge, duck, and dive, because they're all after me, really. If you look at it, they're all after me, but she's a terrific woman. We had a great time at the MMA fight at Univision. And then speaking of beautiful women, another really beautiful woman, I met Kennedy at the Turning Point USA, where I did a terrific speech. People were saying perhaps the best speech I've ever done, but I met this young lady, and she was terrific. Let's just leave it at that. Kennedy was terrific. Take a look, okay? Because I've looked at this video a lot, okay? That I can tell you. Take a look.
Unbelievable.
The sanctimonious is a horror. You look at him, he's dropping like a rock in the bowls. He came to me with tears in his eyes, crying, please endorse. I need an endorsement. And I said, okay, I'll endorse you. And now all of a sudden he wants to run against me. It's such a disgrace. Look at that camera. Tell the people.
It's a disgrace.
Absolutely. Come here, sweetheart.
He knows how to speak French.
2024. Unbelievable. She's great.
I love you, man.
Whew. It doesn't really get any better than that, if you want to know the truth. And Kennedy knows what's up, and she's got those eyes. I've never seen eyes like that, but we love Kennedy. And, you know, a lot of people. Also, we got, I had a little encounter with my pillow. Mike Lindell, my favorite. You know, we used to joke on this show that perhaps Mike is a little LGBTQ AI++ for me. But we joke, we kid. We know Mike is a heterosexual person. He loves women, beautiful women like Kennedy. But take a look at this. This was a great encounter, that I can tell you. Take a look.
Well, we're here with Mike Lindell, and Mike has two passions, pillows and Trump. And he's a great guy. And look at you. Look at that smile. Come here. We're gonna win so big. We're gonna win so big. Unbelievable.
And we're gonna get rid of the machines.
That's right. We're gonna get rid of the machines. We don't like those nasty machines. They're a horror. So we're getting rid of them. Look at those cameras. Look at those cameras. The fake news back there, they won't show it. They won't report it, but we love Mike Lindell. And that pillow is terrific. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, you're looking good. I knew you would.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, right before I decided to run in 2015, I was having, you could call it sciatica, you could call it whatever you want, but I got your pillow. And one night of sleep with your pillow, and I woke up and I said, I gotta run, right? I gotta run. I gotta save our country, and the rest is history, right? Come here, Mike. Come here. Mike, let's do a little dance. Come here. Let's do the dance, Mike. There we go. My Pillow, the My Pillow. I'm rebranding it the My Pillow dance. There we. Oh, you got a little. You're more like that. I like that. I'm changing up. You do more like the punching the air. I do more side to side with the little hip action. You're more like that. I do this. That's terrific. Come here. Unbelievable. It's an honor. Terrific. Look at that.
There you go. Look at that dance. You know, I say to Mike, you gotta lighten up. He's always going on. And then in Maricopa County, you what? The assault with the machines and he's like losing everybody because he's like a man. I mean, look, no one's more against election interference against me than me. But I say, Mike, you gotta. Let's do a little dance. It's the Trump charm, right? The Trump charm. It's like that little drop of fairy dust magic that I have that nobody else has. But I got him to lighten up a little bit. But we love Mike. And then I had an encounter with Vivek, right? Vivek Ramaswamy, right? Unbelievable. You know, I say when he speaks, he looks like he's doing an Obama impression sometimes. I kid. I call him Barack Husseino Shawarma, but we joke. We love Vivek. Take a look at my little Vivek encounter, okay? I mean, he doesn't have a chance, but he's a good guy. Take a look.
Look at this. Come here, Vivek. This unbelievable. A lot better than Ron DeSanctimonious. That I can tell you.
Oh, I love it.
A lot better than Ron DeSanctimonious, right? We like Vivek a lot better than Ron. That I can tell you. Who's letting Florida sink into the ground like I mentioned before. But, and then, of course, lastly, I had a little encounter with my future daughter-in-law. Very beautiful woman. A lot of beautiful women on this episode. We need more beautiful women on this show. That I can tell you. But the great Kimberly Guilfoyle. Take a look. We love Kimberly. We really do.
I had this, and I showed it to you.
Oh my God, I recognize you by your tattoo.
Look at that.
You didn't tell us that. That's
Well, my life is, we call it storied, right? I have a storied life, but we're here with Kim, future daughter-in-law. Beautiful woman. We're going to win so good, okay? Come here.
It's gonna be you.
It's going to be tremendous. Look at that. We love it. Little dance. Unbelievable.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, we're going to win so big. We love her. Look at that crowd. They won't show the video. Look at that crowd.
Making me blush. He's so good.
Thank you. Lovely to see you again after all this time.
Once again, so much love for my future daughter-in-law. I mean, a lot of love, that I can tell you. But we love Kimberly, and we love all the people. The room was filled with love, and then we get home, and we get letter Indictment number 3. But we're going to fight it. And together we're going to make America great again. And we're going to make podcasts great again. We already have. So once again, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and smash the like. Comment. You got to comment. What do you think of these beautiful women? What do you think of my week? I had a terrific week. We were in Florida. We're in New York. We're back in Jersey right now. And we're winning big. We were just on Hannity last night, and I'm like, I'll never give up. We're going to keep fighting. And this podcast, that's what we do. We fight and we win. And frankly, it's all going to be huge. We're going to win so big. Thank you for watching episode 42. We'll be back next week. That's a promise. There was a few holes in the thing, like, what's happening to my favorite podcast? I love this podcast. Don't go away. Oh, we're just starting. We're only starting. And primary season is heating up. The debates are around the corner. Trials and tribulations. Shit is about to get very real. Pardon my French. Thank you all for watching so much. We love you. We love you. Don't forget to get a Patriot cigar and read Winners Aren't Losers. It's a great gift for the holidays and for really any days, okay? For any days. Thank you for watching. We love you so strongly. Unbelievable. Look at that crowd. What a terrific episode. Wow.